Hey there, YouTube land. So last night, Scream Factory did their San Diego Comic Con announcements. They had a panel, and they announced 10 new ones coming out. So in order to get to those 10 there, what I thought I'd do is I'd go over the last few announcements Scream Factory's made, give my thoughts on them. I'll go over the 10 that are coming out, and I'll let you know what my thoughts are basically overall. I'll be getting to this more in depth tonight when we do the cathode ray transmission. We're going to be talking about the Arrow and the Scream Factory stuff. We have some conflicting opinions between us there, so watch for that. And but right now, my thoughts on the Scream Factory announcements. And as you know, guys, I'm a big Scream Factory fan. I've got over 80 Scream Factories in my collection, and I have more on the way. I've got two coming from the Scream Factory sale right now, hopefully with the coasters. And if I'm lucky, I'll get that Scream Factory Fangoria, which I really want. And I've got a Scream Factory double feature with Scanners 2 and Scanners 3 coming because I've got the original scanners on the Criterion from the Criterion sale last year. But what came up first? Well, the Larry Fessenden collection is the first thing that was announced. It's a box set. It's got No Telling, Habitat, Wendigo. I really love the movie Wendigo and Last Winter. So those are some pretty decent ones. It's a decent box set. It's more of the newer stuff. It's more of an indie stuff. It's kind of what I want to see Scream Factory do when they're going for a more different type of horror. Larry Fessenden is good. I need the Beneath really badly. I cannot get that around here to save my life. And it pisses me off. I keep going for it, and I keep missing it. And I go for it online, and it goes out of sale. And anyway, I'll get one of these days. But the Larry Fessenden one collection, when that was announced, I was actually pretty excited about it. You can see the cover there. Actually, you can see for some shockingly shameful reason. You actually see on my screen for a change, and there's the Larry Fessenden collection cover right there. Next up, they announced The Stranger. Now, Eli Roth. I'm interested in this film. Unfortunately, they don't have the rights, and this is not Scream Factory's fault. They don't have the rights to do it here in Canada. So this one is kind of an American exclusive. And there are some kind of trippy rights when it comes to some films here, and especially here in Canada, when Netflix and other places come over, the Canadian strangleholds that they have. The Canadian companies, the cable companies, have certain strangleholds on certain films and you can't blame Scream Factory for that. It's not Scream Factory's fault. It's definitely the fact that they let these cable companies come in and just like scoop up these rights when they shouldn't be doing it, and that happens. But that being said, I think it's a great choice for release. It's something that does interest me. I will definitely find a way to grab it from there, but whether I'll go on to like Barnes and Noble or Amazon, I'll get it somewhere like that, or maybe I'll text one of my friends and I'll inbox them or PayPal them and get them to get it for me. But that one does interest me. We're not to the 10 yet. Don't worry, we haven't started on that yet. Next one I spoke about before. Human Centipede 3 is atrocious. It wasn't, even if you like the Human Centipede movies, you kind of didn't like Human Centipede. That's right. Matthew just made his first Scream Factory. Did you get it from the site thing?
I got it from Scream Factory itself, yeah.
So you'll get the...
I couldn't find the big sale thing you did, so I just tracked down Darkman in this one. On their site. It did have the thing, the free shipping, so like a minus.
They had a minus to the
yeah,
sale
it did
prices?
the minus the thing, so they were only like
well, you get
less than 20 each.
Did you order it yet?
Yeah, it's ordered.
Yeah, it's on the Summer Fear thing. You want to make sure...
Oh, no, it's...
Email them so that you get coasters, too, because you should have
Oh,
coasters.
yeah, no, it came up on my thing while I was doing it, like free coasters.
All right. So my son just made his first Scream Factory purchases from the Scream Factory site himself for Summer of Fear, and he grabbed... What did you grab again, Matthew?
The Tales from the Crypt Vault of Horror
Amazing
thing, and Darkman, because it just looks fun.
It is a fun movie. He hasn't seen Darkman, actually, so he's in for a treat. It's much better than the sequels. Part 3 is actually pretty good. Part 2 is pretty mediocre. But the first one is amazing.
You go on with your announcement thingies. I just thought you want to see that.
That is awesomeness. Yeah. So now he's got Nightbreed, he's got Dolls. Now he's going to have the 2 more Scream Factories in his collection. So Human Centipede 3 sucks ass. I'm sorry, it's a really bad movie. Even if you're a Human Centipede fan, it's still not a good movie. They also got Human Centipede, the complete sequence box set. Some people are going to like this. I think it's pandering to just shamelessly make money, and it stands out. It's a sore thumb in the Scream Factory collection. It doesn't fit along any of the other stuff that's been out there. Nothing has been done like that, and I do not want to see Scream Factory go the way. I do not want to see stuff like a Serbian film here. I don't want to see Cannibal Holocaust. Not that I don't want to see Cannibal Holocaust. I just want to see it under a Scream Factory label. Now, there's places like Grinders Releasing and other companies that do just a damn good job with stuff like that. That's not Scream Factory's bag, and they don't know. And that's not the thing that they're known for. Scream Factory came out to do like basically a line like kind of a horror stuff because it was going to be like the 70s, 80s, 90s horror type of thing. And then they went into putting a little bit of action. They put a little bit of canon stuff in there, kind of mix it up a bit, make more of a cult label type of thing, which was kind of good, but was kind of, what's wrong with that? What's wrong? You've got a label. You've got a cult label. It's called Shout Factory. That being said, I did enjoy like some of the cult ones. Like I love Ninja 3, The Domination. I love I Come in Peace. What's the title? They have Dark Angel, right? But I never once do I look at them and say that's part of my Scream Factory collection. No, that's a Shout Factory. Yeah, they labeled Scream Factory for some unknown reason. But that being said, that's what they did. So, Human Centipede, you guys all know, complete sequence is not for me. It's not my type of film, and I don't think it's a Scream Factory film. I think it lessens the label a bit. For me personally, it does lessen. I can, that's something that if it was really cheap, I would pick it up and never watch it just to have the Scream Factory box set and that's sad. That's a sad tell of me that I would actually do that, but I don't want to do that. I didn't go grab the Hemlock Grove ones, so they're better than her Human Centipede. But no. That's not great stuff. Now, if you're over to the convention right now, San Diego Comic-Con, you probably got these. It's the buttons they put out. It's the Sentinel, Legacy, Shocker, Tales from the Crypts, and Army of Darkness. See, Army of Darkness was announced. And that, to me, is a big, big announcement. That's me. Who is it? 1 second. I shall return. Because I've got... So hey there again in YouTube land. I am back. My cousin just came over, and well, not just came over. So with the amazingness of turning your video off and turning back on again, it has actually been a few hours since I started this video. So here we are now looking at the top 10 Scream Factory 10 release that blah blah blah. The Scream Factory announcements that were made yesterday for San Diego Comic-Con. The 10 that are coming out there. And I'm going to go through them, let you know exactly what I think of each one, like I mentioned before, but it's been a while since I did the first part of the video, so I'm not quite sure what I said. So we're going to start with the huge announcement of 10 upcoming titles, and we'll see what my thoughts on each one are. So first up is Women's Prison Massacre. Women's Prison Massacre actually is the last of the Laura Gempser Manuel series, kind of like dubbed the Black Manuel series. And Laura Gempser was like an Indonesian actress that was actually one of the original Emmanuel films. She played like this, she was in like at a lesbian scene with, I think a massage, erotic scene with Emmanuel. So her in the film, she was well, I guess, received, and they did a kind of a spin-off series where she plays Emmanuel. Now, I was very good. A lot of people love Laura Gempser. The only problem here is this is under the title Women's Prison Massacre, which worries me because Women's Prison Massacre was one of the many titles for this Emmanuel film. This is the last of those films. And here's the thing, that it is, there's a cut version. One of the big things about Emmanuel films, of course, as you all guys know that have seen these films, is, well, Emmanuel's going to be in it, and she's going to be like in the whole like nudity thing. So this version of it may actually have no nudity by Laura Gempser. Hello, guys?
What?
Yeah, just making the video, and they're like distracting me along the way. And I'm not down with that. If this is a cut version of Women's Prison Massacre, I've got no time for that. I can see cut versions all over the place. I want this to be an uncut version, or this is a waste of a title for me. So if this is not uncut version of Manuel, it's a waste. And I do not recommend it unless it is uncut. Blood and Lace. I know that Hysteria Continues wants to do that, and wants to do like basically the commentary for it. If they do, that would actually interest me. I'm not a big fan of Blood and Lace. It's a decent one. It's got like a lot of people see this as a throwback to like early slasher stuff. It's not a great movie. It's an okay movie, but I can see it being like a cult thing. So we'll see where that one goes. Feature wise, we got to see what that one is. It's not a good movie on its own, so it's not a big pickup right away. Other people may love the film, but personally, and I'm a big slasher fan, you guys know all the slashers that I have, that is not one that has to go like immediately in my collection. Next up is Troll, and it's going to be paired with Troll 2, and that does actually have me kind of excited. I do hope that Best Worst Movies there, if they can't get that, I hope they do their own documentary, kind of make a kind of a feature-length thing out of that. We're talking about the 2 Troll films. I'm hoping there'll be some decent features on there. I want to put Troll and Troll 2 right next to Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2, which I'm hoping to watch one of the Ghoulies movies in a few minutes, actually. Ghost Story, again, that's another good one. Craig Wasson, I like that. I'll pick up that one for sure. Is it a great movie? No. The best part of Ghost Story, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's got a great cast. There's a huge cast there, like a lot of older actors. And this is like the last real big hurrah for some of these actors. So the beginning of the film, the opening of it, actually is really creepy. It's got a really good opening. From then, it becomes pretty much a standard ghost story that just happens to have a lot of big actors in it. That's one of the reasons this film is kind of well known. But is it like a great title? No, but it's one that I want personally. The Guardian by William Friedkin, of course, from The Exorcist. Again, I own this movie on the Anchor Bay. It's very expensive, actually, to buy, apparently. I got this one actually for $1. And when I looked it up, I was like, people are paying this much money for this film? It's not a great movie. It's an okay movie. I mean, I will pick it up if I can get it cheaper, but it's not one that I would buy, spend a lot of money on. People have picked this up that are Friedkin completists, and some people are going to pick this up because The Guardian has been out of print for a while, and this is one of those basically where it's been out of print. A lot of people either don't remember it, have never seen it, or they're going to be like, we got to see this one, got to get the Friedkin thing. But it's not going to be one of the best things that they put out. A decent film. Will I pick it up? It depends on what they do with it. Is it one that I think really needed it? Maybe it did because it has been a while. So, Nightmares, I'm actually very excited about. Have not seen this one since the days of basically, I think I saw it in '83 when it came out in the theater. So, 83, 84 is when I saw it. And again, it's a cool little anthology. I love anthology films. So this is one that I have not seen in years, and it's got a cool kind of like a possessed car aspect to it. There's like a video game aspect, which will look really super cheesy now with Emilio Estevez fighting with the Bishop, I think. And basically, it'll be fun. It's a fun little film. Next up is The Car. That's been released by Arrow Video. So I guess for people that don't have a region free player, that's kind of cool. It'll all depend on the features you put on there. For me, I waited on the People Under the Stairs because it was going to be released by Scream Factory, and I like the cover that Scream Factory did for People Under the Stairs better than what they did for the Arrow Video version. So I think that Scream Factory will have the superior People Under the Stairs. Do I think they'll have the superior version of The Car? I don't know. It's not a collector's edition. It'll be interesting to see where it goes, and I'm not sure. So I'm not too excited about that because that one is available to get. But that's just me. Some people are going to be very excited about The Car. James Brolin film, and it's pretty cool. Next up is Death Becomes Her. This one actually excited my better half, who doesn't really get excited about these Scream things that much, because it's a fun black comedy. Of course, it's got Meryl Streep in this one here, and it's a fun movie. I would have expected this to be a Shout Factory movie, but Hand actually had some points there saying that she thought this can kind of go for Scream Factory. It's more of a higher budget title for Scream Factory that does mostly kind of cultish type of stuff. But I can see why it would go for Scream Factory. It's the same thing with The Burbs. When Arrow did The Burbs, I really wanted it because I was excited to get The Burbs. But it was still like, was this like really like, would that, yeah, it would be in line for Arrow. So yeah, so I can kind of see it. Next up, we're going to talk about the Garbage Pail Kids Collector's Edition. Nothing but that screams of a Scream Factory release at all. It's a Shout Factory release. It definitely is a Shout Factory release. Putting in the Scream Factory label, there's nothing horror about this, and they say, we know it's not horror, but gross enough. Well, Scream Factory has never been labeled to say, hey, this is a gross label. That's not what Scream Factory does. It does like horror and some kind of cultish stuff, action stuff, canon stuff. Does this really fit along? Is this that much of a cult film that needs a collector's edition? And Garbage Pail Kids, and I don't know if you've seen the movie or not, guys. It's really, really bad. It's not a good movie. I enjoy the fun aspect of it being so bad it's good type of thing, but it just kind of skirts over the so bad it's good part too. This movie never really makes much sense. Mackenzie Austin does the best that he can in a role that's really, really shallow. The girl character is good, she's bad. You don't know, and it really isn't really focused on. Anthony Newley does a great job in the movie. That I don't know. Anthony Newley could have at one point. I would have also thought him as being like a guy that could play Doctor Who, but this movie here is no favor to Anthony Newley at all. It's just the movie makes no sense, and its ending is just not good. Last up is The Return of the Living Dead, and I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of people that are probably excited about that. This is the 30th anniversary of the movie Return of the Living Dead. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, Second Sight has put out the definitive release for Return of the Living Dead. They put it out with an excellent transfer of the film. They put it in a regular and steelbook edition. It had the complete More Brains documentary on there with all the features from More Brains as well. So we got a bunch of features that are exclusive to the Return of the Living Dead steelbook, and the regular, and we have stuff that's exclusive to the More Brains documentary. It talks about all the other films as well. Scream Factory would have been better off putting out the second or third Return of the Living Dead. Those are the ones that people are looking for. There are many versions of Return of the Living Dead out there on Blu-ray. So unless they can put something else that's new on there, something big that's new, and that's going to be a big thing. They labeled this a collector's edition. Now, Return of the Living Dead with Second Sight has had a huge edition that is going to be really hard to beat. So they're going to be looked at, whether they want to or not. This is going to be looked at in the along the lines of the editions that have been put out already. There's already been a North American Blu-ray of it out there. There is a Second Sight Blu-ray which is incredible out there, and people can watch it. There is region free actually of the film itself. Well, it's kind of like a trick to do it, but you can actually do it on any region player. But here's the thing: unless it comes out with something that beats the Second Sight edition, it's not going to have the same. In fact, a lot of people are going to want to buy it because there'll be like a collector's edition for a North American release. I wasn't excited about it. So overall, out of all these titles here, is there anything that really excites me? Is there anything that's a wow factor? At other years, previously we've seen Nightbreed being announced and being released. We've seen the Halloween set being announced and being released. We've seen the second Vincent Price set that was being announced and being released. All those were big wow factor things. So they were sets, they were cool, they were well done. There were movies that you really wanted on there, and they had a ton of features. The features haven't been told on any of these yet, but none of these are bigger like you'd expect from a Scream Factory announcement. Usually when they do their 10, they have something that's huge that they kind of like announce there. And I'm guessing maybe they're thinking Return of the Living Dead is huge, but unfortunately we've had some really good editions of Return of the Living Dead already, and it's one that has been put out various times. Any of the other Return of the Living Dead movies, 2 or 3, would have been huge as an announcement, since we can't get those. But out of these here, nothing is a huge announcement. The Guardian has been out of print for a while, but it's not the greatest film, in my humble opinion. The Car has been released by Arrow Video. It's great to have the Troll films again, but then again, that's the same as the Ghoulies. It's a fun release for me who likes bad movies, but is it a huge release? No, none of these here are huge releases. Even Return of the Living Dead, it's been out before. It's not something that that's overtly exciting. It's they're still the Army of Darkness one that they announced earlier is still probably their biggest release, and even that one's been out on Blu-ray and DVD a few times. So hopefully they've saved something back. They've held something back for an October release, because right now the Larry Fessenden set is the one set for October that I really want to get from Scream Factory. But there's nothing here. There's no wow factor to this here announcement. And again, it suffers from having been 2 days away from the Arrow announcement with the big, where they announced a bunch of sets. We announced the Black Cat set. We announced the Japanese set. Where they announced, of course, the Scarlet Box, the Hellraiser set, which was a huge announcement. So when Scream Factory was putting out their 10 list, I guess they had no idea that Arrows was going to do announcements right before. And how does it feel? They feel a little overshadowed by Arrow right now. And I know we shouldn't, we have to, and we can't say we can't compare them to, because they are both genre companies, and they both kind of do a lot of the same type of stuff. So their Arrow's announcement was earlier this week, and it was really, really cool. Scream Factory's announcement, they're good. There's some fun films that I'll pick up, but is there anything there that makes me excited that I have to run out and get? No, there's really nothing there that I gotta run out and get. I mean, I want Troll. It's ones I want. Nightmares. I'll grab Ghost Story. But none of these are ones I got. And Death Becomes Her, I've got that for me and my better half. But none of them I'm going to have to get. Any of these films here, they can wait until a sale. None of these are ones that I have to be. When Halloween box set came out, we were there in that morning at a Future Shop, which was open at the time. we'd had it put on hold, and we waited there. I had to go to work. It's actually late going to work to get that movie. Uh, that's how I feel like the wow factor. When for the Hellraiser box set, obviously it's something I'm going to pre-order, and I'm going to want to come and do a big unboxing here for that. These here are going to be unboxings like unboxing Scream Factory number whatever 90 something, whatever it is. But none of them have the wow factor. They're good. They're good. They're good announcements. It's great to see some films coming out. There's 10 coming out. Nothing is huge. There's no huge announcement in along this one here, and we still don't know what the features are going to be on any of these. It's going to be hard to beat. Like Return of the Living Dead, I'm guessing is what they banked on as being the huge announcement, and a lot of people freaked over that. But still, guys, here, hold on a second. All right, there we go. This is Return of the Living Dead, put out by the UK. It has nearly 5 hours of bonus features. It's got More Brains, Return to the Living Dead documentary, More Brains, 2 hours of extra bonus features from that documentary, which has actually mini documentaries on Return to the Living Dead 2 and Return to the Living Dead 3, the origins of Return to the Living Dead with John Russo, the FX of the Living Dead Party Time with talks about the music, and has the soundtrack, and includes a book as well. And it's in a cool steelbook case. So, yeah, this is what they have to beat. It's not an easy feat. Hopefully, Scream Factory's up to the challenge. Come on, Scream Factory, give me something that's going to make me want to have double dip on Return to the Living Dead. I'll be honest, guys, I don't see it happening. But overall, it's a fairly decent announcement. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day. For me right now, it's time for tea, and I was hoping for a little bit more. I was hoping for a Phantasm box set, maybe coming out there, just something different, something that was going to make my Halloween. But apparently Arrow is going to make my Halloween time for me this year round. And Scream Factory kind of dropped the ball a bit on that. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. And for me right now, it's time for me. Say hello. You can't see it, but say hello to the great Pin Lord in the sky, his buddy the Phantom, their friend the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm Aaron, and I am out of here.